dans
Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome to whatever we're doing today. Cardweaver and Witch, Grimoire of the ever unfolding, because that's what we do here. We unfold, we unfold, we pick apart cards, we talk about the things. Yay! I feel like you've been busy doing all the things. In my head, I see you twirling around and then like running around here and there kind of frantically. You have a little cray hair, doing the things. That's how I that's kind of how I envision you, with twigs in your hair. Yeah, sorry, that's just, that's the imagery. Welcome. We are recording this on June 6th, 2024. It's 9:20 a.m. here in Northern California, and I hope everyone is doing well, doing great, doing awesome. Today we're actually I'm excited. Oops. Oh my gosh, you guys. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot. Look, that is not the magician. Hold up a second. Let me fix this. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm tired. I'm tired. I knew it. I knew. So that should be a picture of the magician. It's not, y'all. So sorry. Let me fix it. Don't worry. The magician. I can do it. So tell me what y'all have been up to as I fix my mistake on camera. Uh, yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. Sugar. Boom, fix that. Let's do this. Ooh, we're gonna flip it and reverse it, which is legit what we're doing. So we can put it in reverse. Um, Bear with me. Technical difficulties. Boom. Okay. And you know what's funny? These slides are so large, I can't upload it at once. So I have to do it in like parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Download. Add volunteer work at the community center. Oh, wow. So yeah, you've been doing all the things. Look at you. But we are eventually gonna be talking about the magician reversed, which will be fun. I really like exploring. I really do like exploring the magician reversed. Let me present slides. Let me delete this one. Delete. Bear with me. Here, I'm deleting these. And downloads. I believe 2, 1. That's I think I know what I'm doing. See, you know what's kind of funny? It's like, okay, magician reverse. You don't have all the tools really. You think you have all the tools, you have them, but you're not using them properly. It's kind of exactly what I just did. I forgot to put. I have all the tools to make this happen, to make it nice and everything, and I just didn't use it right. I forgot, y'all. So okay, here we go. See, now you can see. I feel better now. Um, The magician reversed. So, the magician reversed often signals a misuse of skills or influence for selfish ends. And at times there's not anything wrong with being selfish. You have to take care of yourself. But when we talk about selfishness here in this way, it's more like that person who is trying to get to the top and doesn't matter. They don't care who they sort of knock down or who they take out. It's like that type of energy. Um, and you can see, like, with the magician upright, he has all of the tools. He's in connection, he's fluid, and has everything available to make happen what he wants to happen. Reverse, all of those tools are still there, but they're kind of, if that legit was reversed, then all of those tools will be falling to the ground. And so they're kind of mismatched. And yes, he has tools, but maybe he's not really equipped to handle those tools or to know how to use them, or he uses them in a way that is harmful rather than beneficial. And so this card raises ethical considerations about personal power, emphasizing the need for integrity. Misusing power can erode trust and hinder personal and relational growth, reinforcing why it's crucial to act with ethical awareness in our endeavors. This card is really cool because it's a major arcana card, so it's big stuff, big programming, big beliefs, big shit going on, right? And in reverse, we have to be very, very mindful of how we sort of how we carry ourselves, how we execute our power, because sometimes we're not even aware of how like bossy bitchy we can be, but like in a not so pleasant way, and we forget, and so we're using everything in our power to just make happen, and we're sort of like bypassing all of the little things that we need to be including. Does that make sense? And so this aspect of the card very well can be, we're talking about manipulation and misuse of power here. And so it's something that we have to be very mindful of when we get the magician reversed. Transparency, like practical applications, how to sort of work with this card. Transparency, practice it. Make a conscious effort to communicate openly and transparently in all your interactions. Being clear about your intentions helps build trust and prevents misunderstandings that can arise from manipulation. And so if we look at the card, we can recognize, like, okay, in this card, maybe I've been given this position at work and I have all of the tools. And so I'm trying to like just catch up. I'm trying to like fulfill a spot, but without recognizing that I actually need to connect with my peoples, right? I need to connect with the people working. I'm not just someone's boss. I need to actually engage, and let me be clear. Hey, I have all of these tools available to me, but guess what? I'm going to be clear as to what we're going to do with them. I want to get to know each and every one of you, and I'd like to for everyone to be honest. Like, let's see what's going on here. Does that make Am I making sense with that? And so, with this aspect of the card, practicing transparency can really help us like get everything out in the open, so we can have discussions, so people can feel a sense of ease. Because when someone new takes over, there's always that fear, especially in the workforce, like, oh, I'm going to lose my job, or there's a lot of changes coming on and are coming up, and people hate changes mostly, and so there's a lot of that sort of chaotic, disruptive energy, and so when we practice transparency, it can help us sort of mitigate some of that intensity, right? Seek feedback. Regularly ask for feedback on your actions and decisions to ensure they are perceived as ethical and considerate. This can help you gauge if your influence is being exercised fairly and adjust your behavior accordingly. So I think sometimes when we do things, our intention is nice. It's well met, right? We mean well. We want to do well. We want to do well for everyone, but then we just don't really we forget to check in. We forget to consider that other people perceive things differently. And so seeking feedback from people is very beneficial during this time, because maybe what I am doing and what is being relayed or what is being picked up on is extremely different. And so it's me understanding that I need to make sure that we're all on the same page, right? Educate yourself on ethics. Ethics is a big thing apparently with this card. Spend time learning about ethical practices in your field or daily life. Understanding the principles of ethics can guide you in making decisions that avoid the misuse of power and encourage respect and fairness. So when this card pops up for us, like we do have to, we do or we should contemplate or meditate on the ethical aspects of whatever it is that we're going through. Are we handling our situation in a way that is that is on point with our in alignment with our ethical space, or is it not? Are we misusing our power or are we using it in a way that is beneficial for us and the world and around us, right? How are we tapping into this aspect of the card? Our second talking point with magician. Hey, look, I have the card up here. Yeah, I fixed it. The second aspect is like challenges in planning and execution. So with the magician reversed, the presence of tools and capabilities doesn't always equate to effective application. Poor planning and disconnection from our resources can lead to unfulfilled goals. By realigning our strategies and tapping into the right tools at the right time, we can enhance our ability to manifest our objectives successfully and efficiently. So, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? I actually I can appreciate that because it's so true. Like I can like if you knew nothing about the tarot, right? If you had no information about the cards, nothing, I could hand you a deck and you just be like, what do I do with this? Right? I have the tool, like I have this amazing tool in my hands to do some amazing things with, but I don't know how to use it. And so I feel when the magician reverse pops up, it's kind of like that. It's like, oh, I have all of this stuff available to me, but I don't know how to effectively make it work or how to effectively take advantage of it and utilize it. It's kind of like this herbal studies that I'm doing. There's so much information, right? How do I study? I don't know what to do with it, right? And so I have to come up with like a study plan for myself, like a program for myself, like to keep me on track. I don't know what I'm doing, so I have to really look at what other people are doing, find out all of that stuff, and I have to give myself some sort of structure so I can actually effectively get out of this experience what I need. And so I think that with the magician reverse, this is something we're exploring. It's like, okay, I have this tool, and I'm not going to pretend to know how to use it. I'm going to search it out. I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to realign, and I'm going to figure this out. And you know what? It's okay for me to not know how to use something. So let me just explore that. Let me figure out how to use it. And so just because we have all of the it's kind of like as well, just because you have all of the like high costly software doesn't mean you're going to be really good at editing, right? It doesn't mean that you're going to be good at it. You have to know how to use it. You have to know how to properly use that software to get the most out of it. So that's something that we have to really be aware of when this card pops up. It's like, okay, I may need to be working with what I have right now. And if I do have things I'm not sure how to utilize, it's important that I train, educate, and learn how to use it, how to get the most out of it before I get into something else. Um, set clear goals. Set clear goals. Break your goals into manageable steps and set clear, achievable targets. This helps prevent overwhelming yourself and ensures that you're using your resources effectively. And so, with the magician reverse, it's like upright we have all these resources on the table. Reverse, like they're falling off. We might not have as many resources as we had prepared for, anticipated. And so this setting clear goals, we recognize we can utilize what we have and prepare the tools we need to make these things happen. So it's utilizing those resources effectively to get to those goals accomplished. Use tools effectively. Identify which tools and resources are most relevant to your tasks. Learn how to use them properly. We talked about that a little bit, to maximize their benefits, whether these tools are technological aids, strategic methods, or personal skills. How to best use your tools, that is so important. It is, it really is. It's I it's kind of like using a free app, right? And that paid version of the app. When you master and work the free app and you learn how to use it, you figure it out, you read the tutorials, you watch the YouTube videos, and you're like, okay, wow, I get this now. And then you recognize, like, oh, there's a paid part of this which allows me to unlock more stuff. Let me do that now. But if we go directly to the paid version, a lot of times we're overstimulated, by and overwhelmed by all of the things available to us, that we just don't like. We kind of get we shut down, right? Because we don't know how to use this software, this program, this app effectively. And now it's like, oh, I paid for this, and I'm so like overwhelmed by it that I just can't. Frozen is what I was trying to say. I'm kind of like stunned. And so that's something we have to be aware of. Like, use tools effectively, pay attention to what we need at the moment, work with what we have, learn and grow with what we have, use those tools effectively, and then expand. Then say, okay, I can add a little more now, if that's the case, right? Um, review and adjust regularly. Review and adjust regularly. So make it a habit to review your plans periodically. This allows you to make necessary adjustments based on your progress and changing circumstances, ensuring better alignment with your goals. So again, this card teaches us, like, you know what? Let's review and adjust, because again, with the reversal of the magician, we don't necessarily have all the stuff with us. And so as we start to learn, as we start to actually grow with this card, and its lessons and its offerings, and we set those goals and we achieve those goals, and we start to use these tools effectively, then we're like, okay, what do I have to work with here? What do I have? And okay, I'm working this. Okay, and now check in. Oh wow, I've grown, and so now I can actually add on. I don't have to actually do this anymore because I've learned this. So let me get that away. Let me take that out, and let me do something different. So having when this comes up, checking our progress, reviewing and adjusting regularly is so important, right? And so the third talking point today is about self-doubt and underutilized talents. This reversal often mirrors our insecurities and the underuse of our potential. Addressing self-doubt and recognizing untapped talents are crucial steps toward personal empowerment. Embracing our vulnerabilities can lead to transformative growth, allowing a more authentic and powerful use of our abilities in shaping our destiny. This card really does talk about, like, you are you are so you are so much more than you give yourself credit for. There's so much more for you to offer yourself in this world. We can get so caught up in comparing our stories with the stories of others, the stories of other people around us, but they're not us and we are not them. And so it's so important to sort of like focus more on us, focus more on our story, what we're capable of. And just like, I produce amazing content. I love what I do. I do. I just did a cosmic clearing workshop that was, I feel, amazing. And it's something that not a lot of people talk about in the way that I talked about it. And I gave so much information, so much of myself, my studies in that workshop, and I love it. And part of me is like, because other people do workshops and they're better equipped to make slides. They're better equipped to video edit and do all the things to make it look fancy as fuck, right? And so I feel some type of way. But then I recognize, like, no, just because it doesn't look the way that you really want it to look, or just because you didn't create it the way that it has the potential to look, it doesn't take away from the value of its contents, right? Even with my tarot training that I'm doing right now, we're getting close to finishing. It was a lot of content. There's a lot of content, a lot of stuff there, and I've offered so much to my students, and I know what I am capable of, right? And I know how other people have the resources to make it look even better. But I recognize, like, you know what? I'm not here. Those are my own insecurities. Like, I'm not here to be them. I'm here to be me. And this is what I have. And this is what I know. And this is what I'm working with. And so I'm using the tools I have available to create what I need to create to share with the world what I want to share. And I think that each and every one of us need to step into that more and more and more, because you know what? We are valid. Our story is valid. How we seek to express ourselves is valid. And so we may not have the tools that we want to make something look perfect, but like, get it out there, do the thing, be messy, show up and be real, right? And as we do that, we find more and more, like, oh, we find more and more ourselves being put upright in the magician position, because now, as we learn from these insecurities, as we learn from these frustrations, as we recognize that our story is so much valid, right? So valid, um, that we learn, and we do. And so we start to tap into the potential of all that we are, and we start to utilize it, and we put it forward. Sorry, I hope that makes I hope that makes sense. This was a little ramble. Practical applications for this aspect is self-reflection. Engage in regular self-reflection to identify areas. Um, it really is. I'm it really is. I feel, and I can only express it from my perspective, from my situation, because I have immense, like, imposter syndrome. But like, I know what I'm talking about. I may not be this well respected leader in a community, or well, not even respected, more like popular, right? I may not be that, but that's okay. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I have the experience. I have my own wisdom and my own experience, my own knowledge to share, and I love sharing, and I actually care about you. I didn't mean to make it sound like, ew, you. I mean, but I do. I care about everyone who participates here. I care about the experience. I don't ever want to be put in a position where I'm taking power away. I provide things in a way where it gives power, right? So it's like, a lot of times when I suggest things, I try to, like, suggest it in a way like, oh, here's a spell, but you can do this with it, or you can do this with it. And I know it's overwhelming sometimes, but it's like, I want you to be able to understand this is your spell. So I'm providing you this information, but the way you formulate it, the way you make it yours, is far more important. I can give you the outline, the construct, but I need you to understand, like, it is yours. So you get to make it yours. I don't want to take power from you. I want to empower you to uplift your own self, right? And so it is hard. It is hard to combat that sort of imposter syndrome, or to that those insecurities, but it's also doable. And it's not like, oh, I just get there, because I get to places where, I feel good, I feel confident, but then I go back to, like, oh, that could have been, well, that could have been this, that, blah 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 blah. But it's a consistent sort of showing up for ourselves, and recognizing, like, it's a struggle, a challenge that we meet whenever it pops up, and we can. So engage in regular self-reflection to identify areas where you might be holding yourself back due to self-doubt. Journaling, meditation, or talking with a trusted friend can be effective in uncovering these insights. Recently, like, I've been really put in a position where I've been putting myself in a position where, like, if you're not for me, you're not for me, and that's okay. That is okay. I have unfriended people who I still care about, but like we're not engaging, we're not talking, we're not showing up for each other. So like I don't feel it necessary to be a part of each other's like social experience. Like if you want to get to know me, then yes, but like if you don't, or if you're just kind of like lurking, then you can be on my business page. That's fine. Like it's fine. And I don't have any sort of like animosity. There's no harsh feelings. It's like we were there for each other at a time that we needed, but we've grown apart as well. And so, like with this card, it's like, hey, engage in regular self-reflection, identify where we might be holding ourselves back. And why I'm saying all of this is because holding on to people, memories of people, of what they were to us at certain periods of time, is holding on to outdated energy when we're not like moving forward. Does that make sense? And so when we release, when we unfriend, or when we clean up our whatever it is, our storage unit that is so messy, um yeah, but you check in. We talk. So that's different. That's a different type of lurk. But so like when we release that stuff, when we organize and clean our mind, body, spirit, all of it, we get rid of things so we can make space for new energy to take root. So when we understand, like, oh, this is holding me back, but I'm so scared to release it. I understand that this is holding me back, but I'm so like, it's what I know. Um, the magician reverse is like, it's what I know. I'm holding on to this, even though I don't know how to. I don't know how to be otherwise. And so when we finally get to a point where we can release, like let go of it, and we have that sort of mental clarity where it's like, and again, the magician is associated with Mercury, which is rather fitting. And we have that mental clarity where, oh, I was holding so much onto this one thing. It was taking so much of my energy. And as I cleared that out, I have more energy, I have more mind space, I have more body space, I have more all of this stuff to do what I actually want to be doing. I feel better. I feel better. I feel sad, and we can allow ourselves to mourn as we release and as we banish, as we clean up the clutter. We can allow that, but we also recognize the beauty in the freedom of it as well. Skill development, actively seek opportunities to improve and showcase your skills. This can be through courses, workshops, or simply practicing your craft. Developing your talents can boost your confidence and help you overcome insecurities. So, I'm just going to give this as an example. So people who want to, better their tarot skills, like if you train with me, or whoever, but like I'm just use myself as an example. If you train with me, I provide overwhelming information. Yes, I know, but I give you tools not to memorize the cards, but I give you tools like here's the numerology of the card and how it tackles into the card. This is the symbolism, the astrology, elemental dignities. I give you all of the tools to actually, when you see a card, you can actually formulate a response based on all the tools provided. So you don't have to memorize anything. It's just you see that card and you are made ready to interpret it. So when you have those tools, right? When you have that education, when you have that sort of experience, you feel a little more confident because I know a lot of people starting out with tarot. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't. What if I'm reading for someone and I go blank? Oh, that happens. That still happens to me, y'all. That still happens to me. And I've been reading since I was. Oh my god, I've been reading the cards since I was 10. I'm like 100 now. So long. But I've been reading for a long time, it still happens to me because there's so much information. And then you're dealing with another person, their energies, their stuff. And sometimes it's just like, boom, blank. But then you have to calm down and you have to recognize, let's the single card. Thank you. I'm so glad. I love talking about it, and this is just like a glimpse, right? This is just a glimpse of some parts of the card, not even getting into all the other stuff. But I love it. It's fun conversation. That was kind of like my mission is to like let's talk about cards in a way where you can utilize it in life, like how to really take advantage of them, and still learn something about it. But when you have those skills, when you have that learning and practice, you feel a little more confident to show up for yourself and to do the things. So that's kind of what I'm saying with skill development. Whatever you're going through, where you might feel a little impostery, or where you feel a little insecure, are there any classes, workshops, training, um, and even whether it's paid or free, whatever it is, like, is there some sort of resource available to help build those things that you need to build, to help nurture them, to build you up, to bring more empowerment to you? Seek that out. Set challenges for yourself. So challenge yourself, push yourself to take on small challenges that require you to use your underutilized talents. Each success, no matter how small, can gradually build your confidence and reduce feelings of inadequacy. Yes, you can do it. Well, do what I do. Like, I don't mind being on video, but I know like I used to I would never was never gonna do this. I was never gonna do this, and I had 2 friends talk me into it. I'm like, "Fine, I'll do it." And so now I don't mind being on video, but I'm less and less on camera, just because I notice a lot of a lot my facial expressions, a lot of people tune in just to see me react, and I'm like, "But I want you to listen. I want you to see, I want you to get something from what I'm saying, not just entertainment." I don't mind the entertainment. You can hear that in my voice, but like, instead of just like seeing me, I want you to see things from a visual standpoint that can engage your education, right? Or empowerment for yourself. But yeah, you can start out doing that if you want, like figuring out how to speak on video without being on camera, until you are comfortable eventually getting on camera. So like, going through that routine where, okay, I'm going to get on video, but it's not going to be me, it's going to be an image or something, and I'll just do a voiceover, or I'll talk and I'll do audio, and then maybe eventually I'll feel comfortable in just doing that over and over and over, and then eventually I can be on camera. And being on camera, um it does it the spoons, right? It does take a lot of spoons sometimes. And so, like, depending on the day, maybe you don't want to be on camera. Don't be on camera then. Just do audio if you want to do something. Or just show up, talk a little. Like I do sometimes, like I'll put my face up there, I'll talk a little, and then I'll just go back to the presentation. Start small. Start with something. Uh and also, like I just did, I messed up at the beginning. I had the wrong. I would have freaked out before, but now I'm so grateful to be in a place where I'm just like, you know what, whatever, it's fine, it's fine. You don't have to be perfect. This is, you're still kind of human, right? Ugh. And things happen. You fumble, you stutter. I stutter, not you, but like I stutter. All the things. So challenge yourself, do little things that you can utilize the skills that you want to enhance, like let's set little challenge. And then I never, I, okay, that's something I can't do. I don't mind being, I just won't, I can't watch it. Like, I have been given such complex about my voice. I can't stand listening to me, because hearing my hearing my voice back, right? It's not the same voice that I hear when speaking. And so it makes me cringe. Like, it icks me. Like, I can't. I can watch myself for the most part. Like, seeing myself is fine, but like hearing myself, I can't. Like, I can't do it. It icks me out. It makes me so uncomfortable to even when if I say send audio to someone, or if like Michael and I, the other Michael, if we're talking to someone and he replays it, it cringes me out. Like, I can't. I don't want to hear myself. I don't want to hear myself. Right. Like, so I know I have issues there. I was given such a complex about that that like it really like I can't do it. Like don't want to hear myself speak. Um Watching myself now, the video, it's fine. But all these, sorry, I'm rambling y'all, but challenge yourself, skill development, self-reflection, all of these things about the magician reverse. If you have any thoughts, questions, concerns about anything we've talked about today, feel free to comment, let me know. But when the magician reverse pops up, we deal with these aspects of the cards. It also could be like maybe poor planning, don't have all the tools I need to make something happen. So when it does come up in reverse, recognize like, oh, maybe I need to pay extra attention to what I plan, or maybe I need to be more attentive to the people in my life, making sure that I'm not manipulating the situation either consciously or not, right? Sometimes we're not unaware that we're actually manipulating because we fall into old programming or things and we don't recognize, like, oh, we are actually totally manipulating something. So it's also another, really cool thing is like with the magician reverse, it could be untapped talents, underused skills. What is being called of you right now to use your skills, to use those talents and bring them to the surface so you can actually make more of them, make more use of them, because they are well deserved. You absolutely deserve to be the main character in your story because you are, no matter what. You are valid, you are worthy. The magician reverse tells you that, you know what, it's time to discover your power, your tools, your strength. It's time to reinforce, rebuild your toolkit so that you can live the life that you see fit, and you can, keep engaging in the world and building your strengths up and building your empowerment up so that you recognize like you are just as valid to be here, to show up, to do the things that you desire than anyone else. Anyone else. I don't care who they are. You deserve as well. Okay. And that's what we're about. That's what we're about. So thank you so much, everyone. I do appreciate y'all. I do. I will be back tomorrow with another video. And yeah, I hope that the rest of your day or whenever you're watching this, I hope the rest of your experience is wonderful. And I hope that you can take something from these videos. Let me know if you enjoy them. Let me know your thoughts. Always feel free to engage. And if you need anything, reach out. I'm here to help. And yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.